Hello, Divine Souls, and welcome to a Timeless Collective general message for my YouTube collective. To open the space, I just want to burn some Palo Santo to bring in the positive energies and the good vibes for this reading today, to assist, of course, with those who may need to receive, and of course, to call in the Most High, the Mother, the Father, and the Source that resides within us all, to ensure that the messages and perspectives in which are brought through are for assistance with clarity, confirmation, illumination, and awareness, in which will potentially assist those to seek out their highest potential, but also to rise in within their highest timeline that may be possible for them at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, beautiful. Now that we've set the intention and we've cleansed, let's get into pulling the cards. And as this is a general message, the whole message may not fully resonate with you, but simply take away what actually does benefit you and just leave behind whatever does not for the next person who it may actually be for. And my way of communicating the energy and the messages is sometimes of a higher caliber. So just keep an open mind and allow the messages that do support you to be taken. And as I said, leave behind whatever does not benefit you. Okay, so let's have a look for this collective that I am reading into. What do they need to know, Spirit? What does this collective need to know, Spirit? Please bring through the energies in which will assist this collective at this time for their highest good and nothing but their highest good, for assistance, support, clarity, confirmation, illumination, whatever is for their highest good. Spirit, can I get one more card, please? Beautiful, thank you. Okay. All right, now that the cards have been pulled, let's get into the message. We have the Ace of Cups on the crown and third eye chakra. We have the Magician on the throat and heart chakras. We have the Ten of Wands on the sacral and solar plexus chakras. And I have we have the Devil on the root chakras. And that's not a bad thing. I think it's just a really interesting highlighted essence of the progression of the chakras from the crown to the root, right? So let's get started, shall we, on the Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups, goodness me. There's this energy of truly comprehending what it means to come into a sense of wholeness through oneself. And now this card actually also came out in the previous collective reading, but I feel this is a bit more of a different type of Ace of Cups energy, especially with this one, because it's about the beginnings in which you can have in love, but it's also that sense of reconnecting to your own connection with yourself in love, the relationship you have with yourself and how you actually view that and perceive that, because it's going to be a really big reflection about how you are actually experiencing connections and relationships within your external experience. So with other people, with other environments, in communities, however that be. It's a sense of creating the foundation that you actually want in other connections by doing it first within your own connection with self. And this is because there is a lot of us who, and I say this on a more of a broader perspective, but a collective way of saying it, is that a lot of us do tend to forget that we need to reflect on how we treat ourselves, because ultimately it is going to reflect and mirror back to us how we actually are treated, but also how we treat others. And now this isn't to say that you need to judge yourself or harshly criticize yourself. It's just simply to be aware and to really make note of certain things that maybe you would like to change or prefer to, shift within yourself. And that is a really mature response to actually allowing yourself to come into realization of what it is that just doesn't serve you anymore. And that maybe if you were to actually release and let go of, you could see that there is newer beginnings in which will actually be more rich in love as you become more in tune with your own self-love and your own self-respect and all that kind of thing. So truly understanding that it is all about balance so that you can actually find this within yourself and then simply watch how it starts to occur within your external reality. But also stabilize yourself in that. And your crown and third eye is this sense of really understanding that you may have been troubled with a lot of things in the past of maybe thoughts that just weren't benefiting you, perceptions, illusions that had been masking so much, and now you're really starting to see that it's time for you to take down those masks. And it's because ultimately, if you can be able to reveal all that you are and love yourself for all that you are, the easier it is for you to see that the people who don't accept you for all that you are simply aren't the people that's supposed to be around you. So, by you respecting yourself, you know that those who truly respect you will be able to do so just as you would for yourself, right? And this does go into the aspect of the magician that's on your throat and heart chakra, because there is a sense of power and action that you can create when you start to move into your authentic truth, when you start to really understand that you have this ability to pull on your truest, authentic power of love. But it's also this sense of, I want to say, like, attraction in which you are actually magnetizing without having to force anything. You're genuinely starting to realize that it all comes down to what you are in the frequency of, right? And if you can speak your authentic truth, if you can sit in an authentic energy within your core of yourself, the easier it is for you to realize that you'll magnetize the people who are on that frequency as well, who are actually, authentically expressing themselves, who are truly able to bond within their own self. And it's basically what you do now within your own self of alchemizing a lot of these past energies into the new is also going to help you attract those who are on a similar path and journey, so that you can actually have that support and that reflection that you are doing the work, and so are the ones around you, and they are going to uplift you into what it is that you need to achieve in that situation of your desired reality, right? And the more that you come into understanding that you have this ability to do it for yourself and not expecting it from others or seeking validation, the easier it is for you to truly understand that you have this true ability to weave magic into your experience. And I mean that with the sense of just using the skills and abilities you have, even if you don't think that there's something that can be, beneficial to a certain expectation of society. You know how they will benefit you and your path and those around you who may want to actually receive from you. So if you can tune into that, the easier it is for you to genuinely allow yourself to start pouring out all this beautiful energy you have, with the fact that you've poured into yourself first, to offer what it is that you have to offer to others on a larger scale, because you've done it for yourself first, right? And the more that you really get in tune with that, and knowing that it is important to have boundaries up as well around what it is that you are offering to others, because you know how unique it is to you. No one is you. No one has the same abilities, and even if they have similar ones, it's not how you do it or how you use it, right? So keep allowing yourself to be really unique in the way that you show up, but know that not everyone deserves to be in contact with it, but also to receive it, because you have this ability to truly cultivate a whole new energy if you wish to make it happen, right? And if you wish to pursue the chapter in which you truly take action with these skills and use it to the best of your ability for what it is that you wish to do with it. And then on the solar plexus and sacral chakra, we have the 10 of Wands. And I think I already kind of said this as well, in the sense of, like, don't allow things that have been in the past to hold you back from what it is that you want to move into at this time. It can be challenging, of course, like, things don't just, switch overnight where you just completely like, oh, yep, we're not doing that anymore. There is a process and ways to understand that these patterns will unravel as you start to be aware of them. It's when we avoid and ignore them that they become a heavy weight that keeps us really held and trapped in this sense of feeling restricted. But ironically, the paradox is that you are the one who can unrestrict yourself. You are the one who can unleash this power that truly resides within you, instead of letting it create destruction. And it may be a little bit of destruction first, because sometimes things need to be unraveled in that way before they can be calm and settled and then renewed. But there is a sense of trusting that you have the power, you have the potential to truly release anything that has been holding you back. It isn't up to anyone else to save you, nor is it up to anyone else to show you that you have that power, in a sense that they can't pull it out of you. They can mirror back to you what you need to see, but you have to be the one to truly understand that your creative ability to explore your inner depth, and know that whatever it is that you're moving through, use it as a spark to actually ignite your passion and creativity rather than holding you back and making you feel restrained. Because the 10 of Wands is this energy of just holding on to all this baggage that really, once you transmute it, you can use as inspiration to create and to cultivate what it is that you wish to share with others. And many people, feel moved and feel inspired when you share your experience, when you share what is true to you. And this is something that the more that you do it, the easier it gets to actually be aware of what it is that is playing out. And not to get too judgmental about it either. And really have that unconditional self-love to know that this is just a stage, a phase in which you're moving through. And the more that you, as I said, use it as, ammunition to really create and to really explore the depths of all that you are, the more that you realize that you actually can feel this sense of just inertia moving you forward and keeping you going. But if you stay stuck in a heaviness energy, you're just going to keep sinking into the darkness, and you're meant to rise above it. And obviously, like I said, it is a process. So don't get too judgmental about where you are in this particular phase, but just be aware and have the perspective openly to know that you can check in with yourself and really acknowledge where you are at, instead of avoiding certain things that maybe you had been in the past, right? Now, and I feel like this is where the devil energy is coming into, right, at the end with the root chakra, because there may have been a lot of fear, and that is where the avoidance is. And it's also the sense of redirecting your creativity into things that actually aren't benefiting you, right? And this is kind of why I say, like, you've been wearing a mask potentially, and it's worked for however long it needed to, but there is a sense of this mask needing to be lifted. This mask needs to be taken down so you can reveal yourself for all that you are, not because you can't accept yourself with the mask on. It's just the mask isn't the real you. And I feel like you know this deep down, that the things you may have been characterizing for yourself may have been just simply to appease others, to give them what they wanted, instead of actually being all that you are without the judgment and the criticism. And this seems to be the theme in this, is can you come back to love? Can you come back to unconditional love, instead of getting caught up in the fear, in the ideas of that people won't love you or accept you if you were to be everything that you are, effortlessly, because a lot of the time it takes more effort to place this mask upon yourself, because you get highly critical about whether someone can see through it or not. And this is the essence of, can you trust yourself enough to actually let go of the things that you had been holding up in the sense of this mask, to cover what you were scared of, the insecurities, the fears, where really they're all an illusion to teach you something. And this is quite a high level, reading, in the sense that this is very in depth to releasing the darker parts, but not in a way that you are judging them. As I said, that's something I keep saying because it may be what you need to hear. But when we judge our darker parts, we actually dim our light, because we're not accepting ourselves for all that we are, the wholeness that we have. And this is why the devil isn't necessarily a bad card. It just means that you're in a path of truly understanding the fact that you are multifaceted. You have many versions of yourself, but you've got to decide what version of yourself you wish to be in the most, and that actually support you in the direction you want to move towards, right? Every version of you serves a purpose. Every version of others serves a purpose. But it simply is up to you to come to the point of realization of what you actually want to gain from it, right? And there is a sense of just finding the difference between your desires of what is ego-based and shadow-based compared to what is true heart-led desires, right? Because there may have been a lot of ego-based desires that may have been distracting you, keeping you stuck, keeping you in repetitive patterns that maybe weren't serving you. But now is the time. Can you ignite your passion of true desire in the heart-led, energy to move in the direction that is actually for you? And know that it will actually project you into a higher timeline that will simply support you in accessing the version that you feel most aligned with, right? And then we have, I want to pull some oracle cards to bring through a message that you may need to hear at this time to support you along your path and journey. So I've got the fairy oracle cards, oracle of the fairies deck that will, I'm sure, bring some synchronistic messages towards this message so that you can benefit, as always, however it may need to for you today, and simply gain some extra insights, wisdom, clarity, confirmation, however that may be. So I'm just going to pull 2 cards for today's message and see what the fairies would like me to tell you about this message that this collective is currently receiving from my channel and vessel at this time. These 2 cards feel relevant. Well, that is beautiful. Let's get into it. So we have shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Now, 2 points I want to make with this card is 1, it's a young fairy on here. So really understanding that your inner child is also playing a massive part in this, and truly understanding that acceptance is also accepting your inner child for all that they are. You know, a lot of time as growing up, we get told we can't be like this, we can't be like that. And that really makes the mask of what we hold up really, really easy to create for ourselves in this world. But if you can really undo the layers that have been placed upon you, 1616, as I said that as an angel number, if you wish to search that up, you can. But it is this sense of really unleashing what truth you do hold within all the things that you had potentially covered up with, you know, stories, limiting beliefs that weren't serving you. And it is about understanding that, yes, you had to go through the darkness. Yes, you had to explore what it was to be in a place in which you may not have wanted to be. But if you can undo the layers, you'll see that there is beauty in that core of who you are. And knowing that those who are truly meant to appreciate it will. And allow that support when it comes in for you. And when you're authentic, the right authentic people who are ready to mirror that back to you will come in and show you how amazing you truly are. Because you are, okay? So continue shining and continue bringing that beauty out with the, I'm stuttering so much in this reading, but with a lot of who you really are, in the simplicity of knowing that you are unique, you are divine, and you are just able to perpetuate all that you have ready to share. And it's seriously an essence of impacting who you can impact without judgment and expectation, right? And then the next card is New Beginnings. This fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or a birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as would a baby. Once again, coming to this energy of just fresh, new energy. And as I said, like, there's this beautiful energy of love entering in, and it can be romantic, it can be platonic, it can just be a love of community. It can be like a magnitude of different styles of love, but the ultimate idea is that a new energy is birthing right now. A new core awareness and being is coming into essence. And this is because you've closed out so many doors that didn't deserve to be opened anymore. And it's because you knew it was time to level up. Deep down, I feel, if this is not something you're consciously aware of, that's okay. Maybe you are being told of this in this video, in this message, but the more that you realize that you had to let go of the past to open to the new, the easier it is for you to realize that all is happening as it needs to. Nothing is going wrong. Nothing has gone into a direction that is not, for you. It is simply, can you see what was, to know that you are about to welcome in what will be and what is, so that you can truly embrace the new chapter that you are about to be blessed with. And the fairies truly are definitely assisting in the support of this new chapter you're welcoming in. So that is your reading today, Divine Soul. As always, it is simply my wish to be here and show up for those who may require or wish to simply be open to assistance and support and guidance, or simply be reminded of the perspectives in which you may have already known and the awarenesses that will help you along your path and journey. So, as it is my mission to be a soul guide, I thank you for being present with me, and I wish you all the best on the path you wish to take, in the decisions you have to make for yourself, and that you have an amazing, beautiful rest of your day.